Chemical Waste Management. KBMT Channel 12 goes live to the Neches River Festival Parade in downtown Beaumont.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to downtown Beaumont for the Neches River Festival Parade. Albert Zipp and Carolyn McEnroe on a beautiful morning. You know, last night when we were looking at all those thunderstorms on the radar, I wasn't really too sure about today, but Becker came through for us.
It's hard to believe it, but it's gorgeous. It's not even too hot yet this morning, and we've been watching people lining up all along the street here. We're on the way we're talking about the parade route. It will start on Pearl Street. It comes down in front of us. We're on Pearl Street. We'll go up, turn on Crockett, and go back down Main Street. We have lots of people already lined up for the parade this morning.
And they're taking advantage of the great day. John Ireland is going to be with us throughout the morning as we cover the parade. In fact, I think in just a moment we'll see that he is a part of the parade. It just started a few moments ago. The first entries are making their way down Pearl Street right now, led by a color guard, and then behind the color guard, the Fighting Lamar Cardinal Band.
I heard them just a minute ago. Let's see if they'll play for us as they go by.
Outfit. John, go ahead. What can you tell us?
Bud, you're the best dressed guy in this thing. You look great.
We're having a ball. I'm glad to see such a great crowd in downtown Beaumont. We got a full week of festivities, something for everybody. Boat races, bike races, parades, chili cook-offs. Come down and have a great time.
Well, you look like you're having a great time.
How
you doing today?
Charlie.
Great. We're enjoying every minute. The weather's perfect.
Well, you look great. How do you get this job?
Oh, I don't know. Just lucky, I guess.
All right, have a good time. Back to you, Al.
All right, that was John Ireland with Bud Leonard, who is the president of the Neches River Festival this year. A big job, and so far it's just come off extremely well. It's a big event this year.
There are lots and lots of things going on downtown at the Riverfront Park all day long today. Like you said, the third annual chili cook-off, and then they'll have casting contests and water boat roasts. There's a lot of boats in the water down at Riverfront Park.
And here's Mayor Maury Myers out doing a little politicking, I suppose.
Throwing some candy.
And Lulu Smith, who is serving on the city council again this year. And there's Bob Lee and Mike Brumley. The whole council is here, Carolyn.
Here they are.
I should mention that the color guard at the very top of the parade was brought. There's Andrew Coconos, was courtesy of the local Coast Guard unit. They did a wonderful job. And the dignitaries continue to move across our vantage point. There is John Ireland again with Senator Carl Parker.
Hi, Senator. How you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You must be glad to be here for the Neches River Festival.
Oh,
I know this is one of
bet.
your favorite events.
You bet. Beautiful day. Everybody looks like they're having a good time. And I'm glad to escape from Austin. I've been feeling like a Beirut hostage.
Well, I bet. I know a lot of things planned this weekend. What are you planning on checking out while you're here?
Well, I'm going to leave this parade and go to a dedication of a workers' memorial. And from there, I'm going down to the Port Arthur Music Festival, and then we'll come back this evening for some more of the Neches River events.
Well, good talking to you. Have a good time.
Good. Enjoyed it.
Good to see you.
All right, thank you very much, John. State Senator Carl Parker. He'll probably be heading back to Austin pretty soon.
Monday, I imagine. They still have a lot of work to do. They need to get something decided by Tuesday. The Assembly for the King's Arrival will start this afternoon at 2 o'clock down at Riverfront Park. That ought to be a big event. Everybody will come in by boat. As you see some of the people going by here with their sailing, yachting hats on.
Yeah, we did. There's the Crazy Jose's car. The Transit Mix float just went by. These parades seem to move in fits and starts. They get going, and then they kind of slow down a little bit and get going. It's kind of relaxing. This is a nice way to spend a Saturday morning.
And if you happen to be by one of the cars as they drive by, I think Crazy Jose's is passing some things out for you. And the Smart Food Truck, too, wherever it went, is passing out popcorn. Have you tried that popcorn yet?
No, I'd like to. I hope there's some left when the parade is over. Look, there's one of those racing boats that comes by, and that looks like those water skis?
Jet skis.
Jet skis, yeah.
Are y'all doing?
As you can see from the picture that we're getting, a couple of clowns going by, there really is a pretty nice crowd. Now, all we can see from our vantage point is a very short stretch of Crockett Street. As Carolyn mentioned, the parade, or rather Pearl Street, the parade goes all the way down Pearl Street to Crockett and loops back around on Main Street. But right here, there's a pretty nice crowd.
I don't know. I'm wondering about the crowd in years past, but as we're looking at the street, it's all completely, people are lined up on both sides, and so there are a lot of people out this morning.
There's a fellow driving with no hands. Is he getting towed? I hope so.
That's a good trick.
You know, I saw in the parade just a few moments ago, Jack Piper of KLVI Radio. I didn't realize that he was afloat in the parade, but evidently this year, advertising for KLVI Radio. I was teasing. He was trying to get an interview with Carl Parker while John Ireland was talking to him, so we beat him out.
John got it.
More boats. The boat races, I think, are coming up next month, later next month?
Coming up later, yeah, later in the summer. That was a big event last year. I know we had a lot of people from all over the country in town for that.
Well, we had live coverage of the boat races, I recall, and I think we're going to be doing it again this year. In fact, I was talking to John Ireland earlier today, and he's already pumped up about it. A lot of excitement. You remember that terrible crash last year?
Yes, I do.
It's quite exciting how fast those boats can go.
Lots of volunteers work every year on the floats to get those ready. Oh, I see the popcorn truck coming up the line here. You can see them just a little ways down. It takes lots and lots of people a lot of time to get these floats together, and I'm so glad we didn't have rain today, because that can do bad things to your crepe paper and your river float.
Now, most of these floats feature not only the companies that sponsor and put them together, but also the various Neches River Festival princesses and duchesses. Now, of course, from among the princesses, I think it's next Saturday, a queen will be selected to accompany the king. Now, do we know when the king is going to be revealed? He's been selected by the other knights, and at some point during the festivities, they sort of unveil him and crown him.
This afternoon at Riverfront Park, that's what we were talking about earlier, he will make his arrival before everybody, and then he will be unveiled, and then the festivities will get underway.
Here are some more clowns. The kids are really getting a bang out of this. A lot of the folks who are in the parade are tossing out candies and other goodies to the kids who are lining the sidewalks, so it's a real treat for them.
More than 300 volunteer workers put in lots of long hours to get this parade together for you this morning. Talking about the duchesses for the Neches River Festival, there will be 116 princesses from all area high schools. The girls have to be graduating seniors. And then there are 39 duchesses from out-of-town communities. A lot of cities from Texas, but also from Louisiana and as far away as Alabama.
Yeah, and there was the Smart Food, totally natural popcorn and cheese float with walking popcorn packets.
Can you hear the calliope? That's our own cameraman at Channel 12, Harry Kingston. If you hear the calliope as he goes by.
You know, Harry has probably the most extensive collection of circus memorabilia in the country. It's just remarkable. He insists on calling that a calliope. He says it's not a calliope, it's a calliope, and there he is. One of the rare times you'll actually see Harry Kingston on the business end of a camera. And I bet you he's wearing earplugs, too, because that calliope is extremely loud. Look at all these old antique cars. There's a Thunderbird right there. I don't know if we got a shot of it. I'm not sure what kind of a car that is.
Their owners take good care of them, though. You can be sure of that.
They're in wonderful shape. There's a very active antique car club in Southeast Texas. You'll see them just about every fair or parade in the area. There's an opportunity.
All right, talking about some more things that are going on this afternoon, the Arts and Crafts Show. In fact, there are two of them. The Arts and Crafts Show will be going on at the Gateway Shopping Center today, and there's an Arts and Crafts Fair in the exhibit building out at the fairgrounds. So lots of things going on, not only downtown, but all over town today in recognition of the Neches River Festival.
All right, I understand now that our friend John is standing by with the Neches River Queen. Let's go to him.
Thanks, Alan. We're here with the Queen. Hi, Amy. How's it going?
Fine.
I would imagine you're a little bit hot up there today. You going to make it through this?
Yes, sir, I think so. It's real heavy rope. It's made out of heavy velvet, but it's...
Now, how do you get to be the queen of this thing? What did you do to get this?
There are several interviews, and senior girls from all over Tyler County get interviewed, and they pick one from each county, and those are the princesses. And then the princesses are chosen as Dogwood Queen, one of the 5 princesses.
And I know you're extremely proud to be the Dogwood Queen this year.
Sir, it was very exciting.
Are you having a good time out here in the parade, seeing all these people? Give us your wave. Give us your wave to the camera. There it is, Al, your official beauty queen wave. And with that, back to you.
John, you look very good doing that. That wasn't, we were right. The Neches River Festival Queen will be selected next week. That was the Dogwood Festival. And isn't it nice that she was able to stop by and share a little bit of time with John? Pretty girl.
I bet John enjoyed that.
It's the old screw in the light bulb wave. Can you look? Just imagine a light bulb in her hand, and she would be putting it right into the socket.
The Beaumont Fire Department is moving down the street.
Is the fire department band going to favor us with a song this year? You know, they play in a lot of these parades. I don't see them. They do, however.
There we go.
Thank you.
He heard us.
A little editorial remark from the fire department. They have quite a collection of antique fire trucks here at the Beaumont Fire Department, and we're probably going to get to see some. I don't think this is one of them, though. Although it looks like it's been around for a while. That doesn't look like a firefighter.
That's the Mobile Oil Corporation fire truck, and lots of cute girls in the back seat this morning.
There they are.
Some more events that are planned. I keep going over my list because there's so many of them at Riverfront Park today. I want you to know about them. There's a spelling bee at Parkdale Mall today that starts at 10 o'clock this morning, goes all day long. K106 will have a battle of the bands from 2 to 7 this evening at Riverfront Park. As we were talking about, the In the Water Boat Show, sponsored by Texas Marine, will be going on till 8 o'clock tonight. And the Beaumont Radio Control Brainstormers, Al, will be flying their model airplanes all day long out at Duncan Field, which is next to the YMCA on Dowling Road.
There's a float in the distance there, Carolyn, with a large reptile on top. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but our friend John Ireland is there. John, who are those people?
Hi, Al. I'm back. I'm in the swamp. This is the swamp on the Neches. We got a group of high school students. How you guys doing today? Now, Al, one of the main things at a parade, of course, as you know, is you get to throw things, and I'm throwing things now at Danny, our cameraman, and everybody out here seems to have a good time. Now, how many times can you see students from Central and Westbrook having this much fun and not fighting on the same float? It's all part of the Neches River Festival. Here, I'll have a Tootsie Roll.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, John. John's having much too much fun.
I know, and he's out there with all the action, and notice he's always sitting by a cute girl every time he gets on the float.
He gets all the good jobs. So that's the swamp. Can we get a shot of the alligator up on top of that? Perhaps in just a moment. Right now we're looking at there it is. Look at that. Look at the size of that thing. That is the swamp with kids from Westbrook and Central on it. More princesses, judging from the sashes that they're wearing. And their escorts, I guess. You know, I always feel kind of sorry for the guys on these deals. The girls, they get the pretty dresses, they get the sashes, they get all the attentions. The escorts just sort of hang there. They're there.
Escort.
I'm not sure exactly what their role is.
Here's an antique ambulance if you're interested in antique automobiles.
Yeah, I think this is from Williams? Yeah. Yeah, Lewis Williams has, we were talking about the fire department having quite a collection of antique firefighting equipment. I don't think that Lewis Williams and his family has traded in an ambulance in years. They have some wonderful old pieces that are kept in just about mint condition. And boy, every time there's a parade, they are a prominent feature. Really makes you think how far emergency medicine has come. Some of these things, I don't know, look kind of grim. Looks like something you see on Route 66 back in the old days.
Good old Cadillac. Built to last.
Now, one of the things, have we talked about the chili cook-off yet?
Yeah, the 3rd annual down at the Riverfront Park.
Now, are you going to be, you've been a judge in that in the past, haven't you?
You've done that too, haven't you?
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm always, I got to admit, I'm always just a little nervous about tasting it. The ingredients that some folks insist on to make their chili authentic, I don't know. It's not what you get in a can of Wolf Brand, I'll tell you that.
Some is good and some isn't.
All right, we've got oh, look at this. It's a little princess. A little princess. That looks kind of like a stagecoach, doesn't it? Or an old-fashioned car?
Some more duchesses throwing candy.
Now, are those duchesses?
I see sashes, Al.
But, you know, there are princesses and there are duchesses. I never, can you tell by looking?
I think she's a duchess.
Actually, I think
Princesses have the crown.
princesses live in town, and duchesses are from out of town. That's the distinction.
That's okay. Come on.
This is a big, big couple of weeks for those girls.
The Women's Senior Citizen group this morning. What are those clowns doing? Catching
Not
a
sure.
ride.
That's,
They're tired of walking.
Well, actually, if you look on there you go. There's a guy in a tub there, Carol, and he's bathing down the middle of Pearl Street in downtown Beaumont. That's sponsored by the Cashan Grotto Clowns of Beaumont, Texas.
I understand John Ireland is on the Neches Bell floating down the river. John.
I am. Carolyn, thank you. I'm here with a group of students from Kelly. The whole boat's full of Kelly students. And what are you guys doing here today?
Going on the parade.
Just enjoying the boat ride, huh? What's your name?
Courtney.
Courtney. How about you?
Andrew.
Andrew. Now, you guys getting involved with this just so your school can be a part of it, and you landed up with the Neches River Bell, huh?
He's my escort for Neches River Festival.
Oh, so that's how you got on here on her coattails, huh? How do you feel to be out here?
It's a great day for it. It's beautiful. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, a lot better than it was last night. Well, Al, as you know, one of the keys in this parade, Carolyn, is to keep moving. We don't want a dead boat in the water, and so we're off. Head out.
All right, John Ireland on the Neches Bell.
Happy riverboating, John.
A lot of work put into these floats. You know, they're obviously not just tossed together. These have been considered and very carefully put together over a period of time. That float was sponsored by Texas Commerce Bank. And it looks like downtown Beaumont is just getting more and more crowded. One of the events we haven't talked about that's not directly associated with the Neches River Festival but is happening in downtown Beaumont tonight is the 4th annual Golden Triangle bodybuilding competition. And while we were setting up for the parade, a lot of the folks who were going to be competing in that competition were arriving at the Julie Rogers Auditorium. And I'm telling you, some of those guys and more than one of the girls are big enough to be afloat by themselves in the parade. Really, just remarkable looking people.
They all have year-round tans. They will be at the Julie Rogers Theater this evening.
All right, there's another float. Now, what is that? A classroom? There's somebody sitting at a desk with a Red Cross on her back.
The American Red Cross.
Uh-huh.
They have a shelter on wheels for the parade.
A shelter on wheels. Family services. And then there's the American Red Cross Disaster Services Band. If memory serves me, when the hurricane hit over in Georgia and South Carolina, that truck was on its way to offer assistance practically the next day. And then later on, when the earthquake hit San Francisco, I believe that our truck was in use there to help out. So the local Red Cross, and remember, when you give to the United Way, you're helping to fund organizations just like the Red Cross. It really does help. I mean, you may spend your money here, but wherever folks need it, it's going to be right there for us. Now here comes something that looks like a crown.
Royal colors, purple and gold.
From Con Appliances. It's sponsored by Con Appliances.
Duchesses and princesses and their escorts, right, Al?
You bet, and the escorts. You know, John was trying to find out what exactly an escort did a while ago, but was unable to.
There's the Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Yeah, it's passing out of the picture right now. Our friend Philip Klein, as usual, donating his fine Blizzard truck to the parade. It wouldn't be a parade without Philip's big Blizzard truck. I'm getting looks from our cameraman. Actually, Phil Klein's a good friend of ours, and he's been known on more than one occasion to slip a few Blizzards into the newsroom.
And then the new product, too, the Breeze, which is low-fat yogurt. He sent some of those to us the other day. In this
Yeah, we can tell you from our own experience that if you're not sure about yogurt, the Breezes taste absolutely wonderful, and evidently they're good for you. Sounds hard to believe, but
they
true.
are. We have a showboat rolling down the street now.
And this is sponsored by First City Bank. Bunch of happy people. The ones up on top tossing out goodies to the kids lining the streets.
Kind of like Mardi Gras. They're throwing out the balloons and the beans. The Beaumont Fire Department.
Oh, now they're pelting us with candy.
Oh,
you
yes.
kids.
Good shot, guys.
A bunch of delinquents. A bunch of delinquents on the showboat tossing stuff. That's great. And And there's another float. Now, what does that look like? I think we ought to try to guess what these floats are before we can actually read on the
Looks
side.
like lots of work to get it ready.
John Ireland is down there. I can see him. John?
This is another boat with more princesses. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. This is Kelly. She's here. Kelly, how do you feel to be out here today?
Feel great. It's lovely.
You guys look like you have a pretty fun float. Here's Christy. She's another princess over here. You guys having a good time?
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Now, of course, Al, one of the big things about coming out here is that there are princesses on almost all these floats. They build different floats. They put them out here kind of on display, and then they throw things like Kelly's doing and hit innocent people, and everyone gets hurt, but no, not really. We're having a good time, and coins are the name of the game on this one, and I'll steal a few bucks and bring them back to you, Carolyn.
All right.
We're the Beaumont Fire Department again.
That float was sponsored by the Beaumont Enterprise. I hope John didn't hurt himself jumping off of that thing. And then, what is that? Some sort of a walking beer bottle on top of a Budweiser truck. And then coming up next, little bitty cars. There's the Budweiser bottle.
First response unit for the Beaumont Fire Department.
And we've got another float with escorts and princesses coming up. You know, we've got a complete list of information about all the floats, and things are coming by so fast that it's difficult for us to find our places in here. So we're doing the best we can as far as describing who is responsible for the floats and thanking them. But you know, it's kind of hectic. Plus, from our vantage point on the parade, we're seeing the floats before our camera actually gets a picture of them, so it's kind of confusing. Look, there's a Shriner. These guys make every parade everywhere, don't they?
They do. It's good to see them.
Now, what is that? Are there some more Shriners on motorcycles? Are these Shriners? These police officers? You kids probably would be ill-advised to try this at home.
Running patterns in the street.
Yeah.
They're the El Nina motorcycle riders. John is off somewhere among all those motorcycle riders. John, what have you got for us? John is not going to talk to us now. We'll wait for just a minute.
Yeah, these folks with the Elmina Shrine Temple.
These guys don't have much room to turn around in.
No, they don't. They're doing a fine job. And notice every one of them is wearing a safety helmet as required by law in the great state of Texas.
The Shrine Drill Team.
Here comes another big float. Let's see if we can get an idea of who this one is sponsored by. Temple Inlet. Sponsored by Temple Inlet. It's green and white. We've got a camera getting a shot way down the street. There's a big star. And the Miller Lite six-pack. I will lay money right now that our friend John Ireland will find a way to get on the Miller Lite six-pack truck and visit with those guys.
Boy, I wouldn't mind being along the parade route this morning. Everybody who goes by has something to throw out to the audience. That's great.
There's another of the Beaumont Fire Department's antique trucks. I think this one may be one of the oldest trucks in their collection. And looks like there's a pirate or somebody in the passenger seat there. Oh my gosh. Either a truck backfired or they're tossing firecrackers. I'm not sure.
Let's see what they're going to do.
We want to remind you that we're in downtown Beaumont. This is live coverage of the Neches River Festival Parade. We're right in front of the Julie Rogers Auditorium on Pearl Street. We're at the beginning of the parade. If you've got time, come out and look at it, and really come out and plan on spending the entire day in downtown Beaumont, because we've got all kinds of activities planned here throughout the afternoon, culminating with the big bodybuilding contest this evening.
And John has found somebody else to talk to. John, who's this?
Hi, we're back, and now we're in the street. Hi, what's your name?
Jill.
Hi, Jill. And how about you?
Jean.
Jeannie, you guys having a good time today?
Wonderful time.
Looks like the noise might be scaring some of the little ones.
I like the noise.
But they're collecting a lot of candy too, right?
Yeah, this is really great.
Why'd you decide to come out here today?
Well, my daughter really enjoys it. We try to come out to all the things Beaumont has.
Well, gee, I could never tell by taking a look at it. What's your daughter's name?
Caroline.
Caroline. Hi, how are you? As you can see, Al, we're fine. We're collecting candy, and I'm going to go get on the Miller Lite beer truck. Back to you.
What did I tell you? I told you he would be doing that. And look, he's climbing in. Can we get a shot of John climbing actually into the Miller Lite beer truck? Oh, this is the part of the parade, Carolyn, that you're going to be enjoying in just a few moments. I got a peek of some horses coming down the way.
Hey.
I believe they're with the YMBL. There's the Miller Lite beer truck. Now, if
John, you can't
we can
leave
get the cameraman to listen, you see the hand waving? That belongs to our sportscaster, John Ireland. I think we've seen the last of John. He is going to personally be responsible for draining that six-pack.
John Ireland, the star of the Neches River Festival parade.
There he is. You know, they really ought to be tossing six-packs out of that
And he
truck.
has the wave down, too. You notice he has
He
that?
does.
I'd love to be tossing six-packs out of here, Al. they're not letting me, but it is the perfect parade vehicle.
Oh, our friend John Ireland. All right, now what have we got here? An old Mustang. Boy, I tell you what, I wouldn't mind having that.
Danielle Nicole is in that Mustang.
Who is Danielle Nicole?
Hey, man.
Something Miss USA Beauty?
Miss Fashion USA
Miss
Beauty.
Fashion USA Beauty.
All dressed up this morning.
All right, here's another float coming up. I can't quite see who's responsible for it. In front, more of these little speedboats, these jet skis. Is it warm enough yet to take these out into the river and have a little recreation?
I think if you have your wetsuit along with you.
It's going to be a warm day today in Beaumont, I'll tell you that right now. I think Bob said it's going to get up into the 80s.
Here's the Butch Hopper float with more duchesses and princesses on board.
Blue and gold with a little crown up on top.
Butch Hoppers and Bomac.
The escort's looking enthusiastic, as always. I
There
wonder
they
if they got
are.
any sleep last night.
The YMBL Riders getting ready for next week's rodeo. Performances the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of May.
And that is a big event, and if you don't have any plans for next weekend, you ought to make a point of heading over to the South Texas State Fairgrounds. The neat thing about the YMBL Rodeo and the State Fair, which will come up in October, is that almost every cent of money they raise goes to local projects. It helps kids go to college. It goes to benefit the things that make this a great community for all of us to live in. There's Judge Engstrom. I don't know if we can get a shot of him. We may have passed him already, but Judge Harold Engstrom, the local justice of the peace, is the chairman of this year's rodeo. And boy, that's a big job. A big job.
You remember the YMBL, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Well, I tell you the truth. I forgot to pay my dues this year. I think I'm a member in spirit, if not in fact, but I'm proud to be a member of the YMBL. I think it's a wonderful organization. It really is a service organization in every sense of the word.
And they do lots of things throughout the year. They're all carrying flags. Looks like the sponsors of this year's rodeo. I see the Channel 12 flag, and we're sponsoring it.
You know, if this were in College Station at Texas A&M, I realize that you're a Longhorn, and so I won't belabor the point. There would be a group of people behind the horses, sort of cleaning up.
Speaking of behind the horses, there's John Ireland with the horses.
John Ireland behind the horses.
Hi, guys. How's it going out here? I'm here with Jane. She got the job of carrying the Channel 12 flag. How'd you get this job, Jane? She showed up, we handed it to her.
That's
you gotta
great.
love that type of spontaneity in television. The Channel 12 flag girl. I'm proud to know her. Back to you.
All
John,
right.
you need to hop on this wagon that's coming up right behind you. Be a little quicker walk.
Now, what happened to the type? It's an old Conestoga wagon, but it looks like they lost the tarp on it.
That's a little smaller than the usual covered wagon. Can't get quite as many people inside that one.
It's full of kids, though.
Lots of cute children.
Looking good.
Cloud Farms and Ranches has a float going by, too. We're looking at that behind us now.
And look at this, Carolyn. This is what you took your Sunday ride on about, what, 80, 90, 100 years ago? Back when our parents were young?
Would that be a Surrey?
Is that, I don't know, but it looks like a nice way to spend an afternoon. Just sort of rolling down a country lane. Wouldn't that be nice? Look at these kids on horses.
We have the Tri-County Trailblazers, too.
And the Sunny Inn Farms truck just passed by. You can see it moving stage right out of the picture. Well, it's come to a stop right now.
Let's go to John now and see what he's doing on the street.
Hi, Carolyn. I'm in a covered wagon here, and we're having a little fun. I'm looking straight into the back of two horses. How you folks doing today?
Fine.
What's your name?
I'm Don Mormon, Vida.
Hi, Don. I'm sure you're enjoying getting a chance to get the horses out and run a little bit. Is this your wagon?
Yes, sir. This is my team.
How long you had this together?
5 years. 5 years. I'm 5 years old.
And I would imagine it's parades like this where you get excited, you get a chance to get out and let them run a little bit.
Yes, sir. I enjoy bringing them and trying to show them off a little bit.
Well, Al, he's doing a good job. We're going to throw it back to you.
Yeah, that's the wagon we were just talking about, the Sunny Inn Farms wagon. That is pretty.
And they have bigger horses than usual, too, some big Belgians. They're going faster. John's going to have to jump off pretty fast or he'll be at the end. That looks like the end of the parade, Al. I don't see anybody else. Looks like people are getting up to move down toward Riverfront Park, where lots of other things will be going on all day long.
Well, the parade may be ending from our vantage point, but remember, it's got a long ways to go yet. And really, if you don't have any plans, it's a gorgeous day. Come on down to Beaumont for the chili cook-off, if for no other reason. But I think there are a lot of activities associated with the chili cook-off. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the King is going to make his appearance later on today.
His arrival will be at 3:30 this afternoon at Riverfront Park. You want to be sure and be there for that.
And we need to remind you that there's another full week of Neches River Festival activities, and every night at 6 and 10, we're going to give you at least an idea of what some of the big events are going to be that night at 6 o'clock, and then the next day at 10 o'clock. So you will never, never have to wonder about what's going on in downtown Beaumont. We'll be sure and let you know.
Well, we'll be signing off now. Thanks for joining us this morning. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and come on down to Riverfront Park for the Neches River Festival.
So long, everybody.
Today's Neches River Festival coverage is brought to you by Whataburger, Doge's Rice Mill, Ayers Manufacturing, and Chemical Waste Management.
Why is a Whataburger so good? Because we start with the best produce prepared at its peak of freshness. Crisp lettuce, sweet onions, red ripe tomatoes, 100% pure beef patty cooked to perfection and placed on a hot toasted bun. Then piled high with your favorite fixins, just the way you like it. Whataburger, hot, fresh, and made to order.
It looks like a Whataburger day. Attention, pickup and van owners. Ayers Manufacturing is the place to find the perfect accessories for your vehicle. For years, Ayers has been known for an incredible selection of campers to top off your truck beauty. But they also stock pickup and van accessories for that total look. Check out the selection of worn winches, brush guards, both chrome and aluminum, bed liners, running boards, toolboxes, aero covers, and luxurious interior items. So for the ultimate in accessories, it's Ayers Manufacturing, 2 blocks north of Sounds on IH-10.
Rice. It's the king of crops in our area, and the rice you see growing in local fields is the same rice you'll find bearing the Doge label. We're proud of our contribution to the local economy. 100% of the rice we buy is produced by local farmers. That's why Doge rice is the freshest. It's often delivered to your store within hours after milling. Doge rice is served in your favorite restaurants, and most of the area's boudin makers use it too. Quality Doge rice. Fresher, because it's homegrown.
In just 3 years, we've made over 300 million pounds.